Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, so it's one thing to start a business, but it's another to stay in the business, okay? So, everybody still awake?
Yes.
All right. So, for those who do not know my story, I used to be a registered nurse. I worked in the the healthcare industry for almost 26 years, and Samir was actually my advisor. He's now my mentor, and when I became a client of his, I'd been a client for over a decade, and I had rolled over my 401ks from my previous companies, and I never looked, because as many of us know, most of us are pretty ignorant about finances, okay? So when I opened my account for the very first time, logged in, that's when I saw my husband and I had made money passively. Best way to make money is how? When you don't have to work for it, right? So I started the business with the intention of learning about getting my financial education, right? It is very important to know what is your why, right? Now, most of you here are in the business, maybe one of the reasons here, right? Or multiple reasons. Either number one, you want to make extra money. Who is in here to make extra money? Raise your hand. All right? Who's in here to potentially make a career change? Okay? Who's in here to get financial education? Who's in here for the business opportunity? And who's in here to help people? Perfect, right? So you're in here for one or many reasons. Now, I will tell you that I transitioned from financial education to helping people because I got pissed off by finding out that people that were getting cash value policies were getting ripped off exactly by the same person they actually trusted. Now, my team, who are here, raise your hand if you're a client because you had the trash value policy. Don't be shy, right? All right? You were my second why, and it's still true to this day of why I do this business. Okay? So now your whys can be multiple, can change. Then I was like, wait a minute. I love to help people, but guess what? I can also make money in the process. It is one thing when you can make money and be very valuable to your clients, right? But what are the other companies doing? They're making money out of what? At the expense of their clients. And this is what really pisses me off, right? And I got so busy to the point where, damn, I can't do nursing and this, so I made a career change. And in the process, now I have a business and I want to teach it to my team. Because I think this opportunity is the best opportunity out there. It is a wonderful opportunity because you feel very, very, you'll feel really good about what you do, right? We're not screwing anybody over, right? We're just trying to help people. And damn, I'm happy that I've almost tripled my nursing income doing exactly what I do, right? Now, statistics-wise, with businesses, right? Okay, they don't look too hot, right? 90% of small businesses actually do fail. 20% fail in the first 2 years. 25% of small businesses, only 25% make it to 15 years, and only 40% actually yield a profit. Okay? Now, like I said, one thing to start a business is another thing to actually what? Stay in business. Okay? Now, what are the reasons that businesses do fail? Well, number one, there's an unclear business plan, right? We have a business in financial services. How many people need our service?
Everyone.
Mostly everybody, right? And the people that actually are already very wealthy, they're being fought over by what? Wealth advisors. How many people have $1 million to invest right now? Not many people. Okay? So the company provides you a business plan already, right? You just have to follow it, okay? Number two, there's a lack of cash flow, right? You want to start what? A McDonald's franchise, you need at least $1.3 million of liquid assets. Who has 1.3 million to start a franchise? What do you need with a business? How much do you need minimum right now? $124 freaking dollars. Is it worth trying? Absolutely. Right? Number three, poor customer service. I hate this. You know what? No matter how good you are and people see, when you maybe mess up once or twice, They will always remember what? The bad things you did do, they'll never remember the good things that you did do, right? For an industry selection, we are in a what? A recession-proof, much-needed business. It's not like we're just selling makeup, you know, right? We're not selling, you know, water. We're not selling what? Vitamins. I'm not saying they're not needed, but does everybody need makeup? Does everybody need good water? Maybe. But not to pay $6,000 for it, right? But everybody does need financial education, right? Bad employees. Now, sometimes you gotta go through the bad to get to the good ones, right? But we are not employees of Primerica. We are business owners. And my teammates, you are not my employees. I'm mentoring you, but you're not my employees. I love you guys to death, right? I may be annoying at times, but I love you guys to death. I promise you that. And by the way, who among my teammates are actually in the business with me right now? Before you became my teammate, I can't speak English, it's my second language. Who are my clients that are in the business right now? Raise your hand. Almost every single one of you guys, okay? Lack of commitment, and this is what you can improve on. You gotta commit yourself to daily activity consistently, right? You can't just expect your business to grow without you doing anything, okay? Failure to identify a niche. Now, my niche is nurses, right? It's growing, right? Not just nurses, but guess what? A lot of nurses, man, are getting screwed over. Screwed over, especially the new ones, okay? For location, well, that doesn't really apply to us because what? We have an office, but we can work from home, right? Or if the client says, Sheila, please come to my home, I'll come, right? Especially investment clients, they like that in-person interaction. And I think, honestly, when I'm in person with my clients, it just builds more rapport, especially if I've never seen them ever in my life, right? But I think it's important to have that face-to-face. They kind of, you know, have a feel for how genuine you are, like Tia said, right? The next issue is mismanagement of funds. Well, we don't really mismanage funds here, right? Because what happens when we invest our clients' money? It's managed by our partners, right? American Funds, Fidelity, Invesco, we have multiple partners out there, right? Lack of innovation. Now, what are the processes or methods that you are using to expand your business, right? Like Samir knows, I love joining organizations, or they at least want me to join the organization. I used to play volleyball. I wasn't that great, but damn, you know? My husband used to play basketball. He's a retired basketball player. Right? I'm in a lot of nursing associations and a lot of different organizations. And I started my Facebook group to just spread out financial education, right? And sometimes you just lack the advice and the mentorship. And I think we have amazing mentorship here. As you can see, Shaq and Samir are leading us from the front, right? I'm sharing all the nuggets that we could actually use for our own benefit as well, okay? Now, what's really important that there are things you can't control, but there are things that you can control, right? Number one, you gotta really set your own goals, right? It's an immediate goal, short-term goals, and long-term goals, right? You have to be very good with product knowledge. This comes with training, by the way. If I present with one of your clients 10 times, right? 10 different clients, same presentation, it's going to stick. But you gotta get the appointments first. You can't expect to learn the product and not going on field training, right? You will get really good at it. I used to not know anything about money, I promise you. I knew that I needed to automate my investments. That was the best thing I knew. I didn't even know what an IRA stood for, I promise you that. Right? So we are all a work in progress, but it can be done. But you gotta put in the work, right? Like I said, consistent daily activity, you gotta be coachable. I mean, your coach will never want you to lose. Your coach, you are being coached to win. So at the very least, listen, right? Showing up is very important. I come here every Saturday unless like I'm out of town, but I look forward to coming here on Saturdays. I go to the Monday meetings for those who are full-timers or want to be full-timers eventually. Because think about it, right? You work at your job. If you have a job, you work 36, 20, 40, whatever hours you work. The harder you work, the more work they give you, the more pissed off you'll be, right? Right here, the harder you work, you will benefit from your own hard work. But yes, you gotta put in the time, okay? Build credibility, right? Nobody wants to, do business with somebody who is, who is a piece of work or perhaps, they lie, they cheat, right? Gotta build that credibility. And if you don't have it, use the mentors that you have that do have it, okay? Self-improvement, this is big. Read self-improvement books, or perhaps, just go to the trainings to self-improve, that time, okay? And choose a platform, multiple platforms to what prospect, right? Believe it or not, I'm kinda shy to just approach people. I don't think my husband believes me, but, I still have a little bit, I don't have the guts to really, but I think I gotta improve on that. I know I do, right? You gotta provide excellent customer service. This is huge for me, right? And this is why my QBI is over almost 93%, okay? And of course, you gotta love your clients. Love your clients. Very, very important, okay? Now, how do we provide great customer service? First of all, you gotta listen to what they need. You gotta understand them, right? Don't do I like to talk, but of course, I like to listen to my clients to make sure that I understand what they need, okay? You gotta communicate effectively. Now, for us, right, we're immigrants. English is not my first language, but at least if I talk to another Filipino, I can speak the dialect, right? Be honest and direct. One thing I can really vouch for myself, I'm very direct, and sometimes people are like, damn, you're cussing already? You know what? It is what it is. Either you like me or you don't, at least you know that you're getting the honest Sheila, the direct Sheila, the genuine Sheila, right? And be responsive, right? If my client texts me or calls me and I can't get to the call, right, I call them or text them as soon as I can. Now, I always tell my clients, if I don't call you back, if I don't pick up the phone, there's only 5 reasons I don't do that. I can't. Either I'm sleeping, I'm praying, I'm driving, I'm in a meeting, or I'm in training. Other than that, I will always respond, right? Unless it does get buried, okay? And stay engaged with your clients. Not after you know what? Some financial professionals, right? After they've made the sale, you never hear from them again. And this is what I get from a lot of clients that I talk to. Oh, they sold me this crappy life insurance and now I can't even get a hold of them. Or they say, I wanna cancel my policy and now my agent doesn't even wanna talk to me. Well, duh, they're gonna lose that fucking right? Because what happens is when they sell the cash value, every year they get earned commission, right? So if you cancel that policy, guess what? They lose that money. It's better they lose theirs than you lose yours, than our clients lose theirs, right? And of course, be very empathetic, right, with people. And this is not just through the business, just in general, right? When you empathize, what does that mean? You're putting yourself in their shoes, okay? Really, really important, okay? And I'm gonna end with this quote by Ray Kroc, who is he basically was one of the franchisees of McDonald's, right? He created a great enterprise, and this is what he said. I can't remember, just kidding. If you work just for money, you'll never make it. But if you love what you're doing and you always put the customer first, success will be yours, all right? So, any questions, guys?